Full-time score: Arsenal 3, Manchester City 0. Absolutely, Arsenal have done it. They have defeated Manchester City 3-0 to win the 2026 Community Shield with goals from Ricardo Carafiori, Kai Havertz and Martin Odegaard. Carafiori's opener came inside the first minute, setting a Community Shield record. Here is a full-time YouTube preview of this match. Arsenal have defeated Manchester City and they have started the new season in a spectacular fashion, defeating Manchester City 3-0 to lift the 2026 Community Shield. 3 goals, a clean sheet, and a statement victory against one of their biggest rivals. Ricardo Carafiori, Kai Havertz, and Captain Martin Odegaard were all on the score sheet as Mikel Arteta's Arsenal completely outclassed Manchester City in Cardiff. And the most incredible part of this, Arsenal needed just seconds to make their intentions clear. This was not just a win, this was a message. Arsenal are here to defend their Premier League crown. The game had barely started when Arsenal struck. Just 23 seconds into the match, Ricardo Carafiori put Arsenal ahead. Yes, you heard that correctly. 23 seconds, Carafiori became the scorer of the fastest goal in the Community Shield history, immediately putting Manchester City under enormous pressure. The move began with Miles Lewis-Kelly providing the pass, and Carafiori calmly finished beyond Manchester City's new goalkeeper Ginauji Donnarumma. Manchester City had barely settled into the match before the players could even understand what had happened. Arsenal were celebrating, and for Mikel Arteta, it was the perfect start. The Gunners had already shown that they were not going to sit back and wait. They wanted to attack, they wanted to press, and they wanted to win. City, meanwhile, were facing an early test under their new manager Enzo Maresca. The pressure was suddenly on the FA Cup winners, and Arsenal were enjoying every second of it. Manchester City tried to respond, and to be fair, the statistics show that City had plenty of the ball. According to the match statistics shown here, City finished with 56% possession compared with Arsenal's 44%. City also completed 539 passes, while Arsenal completed 411. But possession was not enough, because Arsenal were much more dangerous when they moved forward. Both teams registered 8 shots, but City had 5 shots on target compared with Arsenal's 4. And yet, the scoreline tells the story. Arsenal 3, Manchester City 0. That is the difference between having possession and making possession count. Arsenal were efficient, they were aggressive, and most importantly, they were clinical. And then came the second blow. The clock reached the 28th minute, and Arsenal struck again. Kai Havertz made it 2-0. The Gunners had doubled their advantage before half time, and Manchester City suddenly had a mountain to climb. For Arsenal supporters, this was becoming a dream afternoon. For City fans, it was a nightmare. The Community Shield may traditionally be seen as a curtain raiser to the season, but nobody inside the stadium was treating this like an ordinary friendly. The intensity was there, the tackles were there, the competition was there, and Arsenal were winning the battle. 2 goals ahead against Manchester City, and with the clean sheet still intact. Mikel Arteta's team looked organized, confident, and hungry. City needed something special, but Arsenal were not giving them such space to breathe. Halftime arrived, Arsenal 2, Manchester City 0. the Gunners had scored twice. City had possession, but Arsenal had the advantage that mattered most, the goals. And now, the big question was, could Manchester City find a way back? Could Enzo Maresca change the game? Could the likes of Erling Haaland and City's attacking players finally find a breakthrough? Or would Arsenal continue their domination? The answer came quickly, because just 3 minutes after the restart, Arsenal scored again. The captain stepped up, Martin Odegaard made it 3-0. And suddenly this was no longer a close contest. It was a statement victory. Odegaard calmly finished the opportunity and sent Arsenal supporters into celebration. 3 goals, 3 different scorers, and Arsenal had effectively put the community shield beyond Manchester City's reach. Calafiori, Havertz, Odegaard. The Gunners had completely dismantled City's hopes of lifting the trophy. And the timing of the third goal was brutal. City had spent the halftime break looking for a way back. Instead, Arsenal came out and delivered the knockout punch. Let's look at the numbers. Manchester City actually had a greater share of possession, 56% to Arsenal's 44%. City completed 539 passes, Arsenal completed 411. City also had better passing accuracy, 91% compared with Arsenal's 86%. But Arsenal were the team celebrating a full time. Both teams had 8 shots. Arsenal had 4 shots on target, City had 5. City won the corner battle too, 4 corners to Arsenal's 2. But none of those numbers mattered more than the scoreboard, because football is ultimately about putting the ball in the net, and Arsenal did that 3 times. Manchester City did it 0 times. That is why Arsenal are the Community Shield champions. But let's not forget the other half of the victory. Arsenal did not just attack, they defended. For 90 minutes, Manchester City were unable to find the breakthrough. David Raya and the Arsenal defense kept their clean sheet intact, while City struggled to turn their possession into goals. This is particularly important because Arsenal are entering the new season as Premier League champions. The challenge now is not simply winning the title, the challenge is defending it. And performances like this will give Arsenal supporters plenty of reasons to be optimistic. A team capable of scoring 3 against Manchester City and keeping clean sheet is a team that can cause serious problems this season. For Mikel Arteta, this is the perfect way to begin the competitive season. Arsenal arrived as Premier League champions, Manchester City arrived as FA Cup winners, and both teams had something to prove. But Arsenal walked away with the trophy. The Gunners looked sharp, they looked motivated, and they looked ready. Of course, one Community Shield victory does not decide the Premier League. There are still months of football ahead. There will be injuries, there will be difficult away games, there will be Champions League nights, there will be pressure, but physiologically, this is huge. Arsenal have just beaten Manchester City 3-0 in a major curtain raiser, and they have done it convincingly. For Manchester City, however, there are plenty of questions. This was Enzo Maresca's competitive debut as City manager following Pep Guardiola's departure. But while one match should never define an entire season, losing 3-0 to Arsenal will certainly increase the pressure. City had possession, they completed more post passes, they had 5 shots on target, but they could not score, and defensively they were punished. Maresca now has a major job ahead of him. Manchester City will need to regroup quickly because the Premier League season is about to begin. And if Arsenal continue playing with this kind of confidence, City could have a serious battle on their hands. And finally, the moment Arsenal supporters had been waiting for, the final whistle. Arsenal 3, Manchester City 0. Calafiori scored inside the opening minute. Havertz doubled the advantage before halftime, and Odegaard completed the distraction just 3 minutes after the restart. the Gunners have won the 2026 Community Shield. Arsenal champions, this is more than just another trophy. It is a perfect start to Arsenal's title defense. It is a warning to their rivals, and it is a reminder that Mikel Arteta's team are hungry for more. Manchester City came looking for the trophy. Arsenal took it, and they did in style. 3 goals, 0 conceded, 1 trophy. The new season has barely started, but Arsenal have already sent a message to the rest of England. The champions are ready. So Gunners, what do you think? Can Arsenal defend the Premier League title this season? Can they go all the way in Europe? And after this 3-0 victory, are Arsenal now the team to beat? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more Arsenal and football updates. Arsenal 3, Manchester City 0. Community Shield champions. Come on, you Gunners.